Welcome to the Vlog.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of TFV. Today, something it's a little bit different, than our normal DIY flavor talk. But you just cannot go without looking at this stuff, sharing it, talking about it, in depth. So, about 2 hours ago, India banned e-cigarettes, and it's a blanket ban. It's a total ban, and I've got a video here that I want you guys to watch. I've got something else that we will talk about. So without further ado, I'm going to kick off the video, right? And then we'll just take it from there.
What the Cabinet has given approval today is first a decision to ban e-cigarettes, which is also otherwise technically called the ends, right?
That's not correct, right? That's incorrect information. It's not e-cigarettes is not ends. Okay? Just according to me, it's part of it, right, Richard? Because you get heat not burn, right? Heat not burn, and you get I think you get other types of devices as well, but those things are all ends as a right?
I don't know. I think, electronic nicotine delivery systems. I'm not sure heat not burn is part of that.
Yeah, I think it is. Because it's a nicotine delivery, it's electronic, and it's a nicotine delivery system.
Okay, but are they not banning heat not burn as well?
Well, that's what it sounds like, but she doesn't call, she says e-cigarettes, and she's like, and then she goes, listen, let me start this over.
What the Cabinet has given approval today is first a decision to ban e-cigarettes, which is also otherwise technically called the ends, right?
The ends. So I'm under the impression that ends includes heat not burn, but let's carry on, right?
It is called the ends because it is electronic nicotine delivery system, ENDS, the formal technical name of e-cigarettes. Now, what does the ban mean? It means production, manufacturing, import, export, transport, or sale, or even distribution and storage and advertisement relating e-cigarettes are all banned.
Fuck. That's everything. You know what I mean? That is the worst case scenario, right? That is.
Yeah. This seems to be just a kind of nationwide move that was state before. I think before it was something like 6 states in India had banned vaping. So now it just seems to have extended to the states that hadn't. But for quite a number of states or provinces, it was banned already, as far as I know.
Yeah, but I wasn't aware of that, to be honest. I didn't even know that they had some places that it was banned and it was legal. I thought they were still discussing it. You know what I mean? I didn't think that. So that's true, Richard. There were some states in India or some places, some regions that it was already not legal.
Yes. Yeah, they've had it ongoing for a while now, where I think it was like 6 states in India where it had been banned, and now they've just extended it nationally.
Okay. So let's carry on. Let's see.
The cabinet therefore has taken this clear decision about banning e-cigarettes in all these 9 forms.
First of all, right, why is the manager, not manager, the Minister of Finance in India giving us this information? That seems odd to me. Is that odd, guys? Is that weird?
I think that was I just think it was a good question. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I think possibly because being a taxed product, they probably consider that, you know, finance has the say on, you know, whether it gets taxed, whether it gets banned, whether it gets exempted, etc., etc. Whilst possibly other ministers were just busy with other stuff. But finance is usually, like, if the PM isn't able to do something, finance is one of the first ministries that they call. I mean, in the British government, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, which is basically the Minister of Finance, will usually stand in for the PM if the PM isn't available to do something. So it's maybe not that remarkable.
Okay. But there could be something there, right? It could actually be, it could be. So, I mean, playing devil's advocate, we're saying here that, you know, this information could be something that she's driving from her office, or it could just be that minister wasn't available, or, you know, the president wasn't available, so they called her to deliver the message. Unfortunate. Normala. You go tell them, you know what I mean?
And
Yeah,
therefore,
one doesn't really know.
Speculation. But yeah, that was the first thing that to me was a little bit odd. Let's carry on.
this decision is taken keeping in mind the impact that e-cigarettes is having on the youth of today. Reports say
I love how they got the zoomed in shot of her over here. It's like, let's really just zoom in. What? What did you say? Kids? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Is she saying this? The health impact, and then boom, the kids. Okay, well,
that actually many people are no longer using it as a weaning step.
excuse me? What did you just say? Let me just go back a little bit. What did you say, Richard?
A weaning step.
Like weaning off cigarettes.
Oh,
Yeah.
weaning. Oh,
That's what I had.
like wean yourself off cigarettes onto. Yeah. No, but true fact. I mean, yeah, facts. I've got about 3 people at work that are never smokers that are vaping. You know? But, you know, there's a lot more people that have started smoking in the same age range and actually started vaping.
Cigarette smoking, they do a bit of cigarette, they also do a bit of e-cigarette if they are already smokers of cigarettes. There are some who are probably getting into the habit because it seems cool.
This is the thing for me, guys. Is this the reason, right? Is this it? What do you guys think?
Because it seems cool? Dude,
This is cool.
What do you mean, boy?
what can be cooler than that?
I want to show off my big mod, but I just have a little pod. But yeah, check it out. This doesn't seem cool, boy. What you mean? State of the art stuff, right here.
This is my orange man bad setup.
That's your your Trump tan color.
Yeah. fake tan setup.
In the shade of fake tan. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It is believed that there are more than, ma'am, please do correct me, more than 400 brands. And even more important, none of
What is the difference here? More than 400 brands. of what? Of options.
I would say of device manufacturers, which would be very low for what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this has to do with anything, really. More than 400 brands, isn't that a good thing for like the industry?
Of which is manufactured yet in India, but
Oh.
even more important, they come in over.
Okay, of which is manufactured in India. So 400 different brands of maybe e-liquid or devices or whatever the case is, companies, more than 400. So that's a lot of companies. A lot of people are suffering because of this. That's what I'm trying to say, right? 400 companies. So in result, you know, how many people? I mean, that's not the, I mean, we'll talk about the numbers later.
150 flavors, chocolate, strawberry, mint, and anything else. So it's become very cool to try it, to use it.
I don't know about this, guys. What do you think about this? Why is the Minister of Finance telling me it's become very cool to use this? Why is she saying this to me?
And why do they only have 150 flavors?
Dude, my closet has 150 times 4, you know what I mean?
I've got 500 flavors. She
But I
left
don't-
out creme brulee. Rudy is going to be so on her case.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm
Dude,
so
that's-
angry.
It's so much. Let's see what she says.
Let's carry on.
It is odorless. As a result, somebody who smokes a cigarette, you'll probably smell even after he throws away the cigarette. But with e-cigarettes, you don't even get the odor.
That's a negative thing, guys. That's on the con list, right? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, let's rethink about what we've been thinking here. It's the opposite of that. We want the bad smell. You know what I mean? We want the odor.
Well, she's saying that you can't catch them now.
Yeah, the kids who think they're cool.
What do
Unless
you
they've-
mean, dude? You can smell glazed donut from a block away. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless,
I don't think it's going to be a general thing for someone to smell like cookies and cream in the streets of India. Should be easy to pick out in India.
the kids are smoking TFA honey, and when the parent says, "Have you been vaping?" the kid says, "No, the cat peed in the corner."
So, one important aspect is the smoke which is exhaled by these end delivery of nicotine, the smoke which is exhaled by the user of e-cigarette contains very high level of residual nicotine, which for
Residual nicotine. Is that the correct terminology here? Residual nicotine carries a lot of residual nicotine. I haven't heard this before.
I think she's wrong there. I think the tests that they did in England showed where they put smokers and vapors in bubbles, and they had them exhale and do their thing, and they found much higher nicotine levels in the air in the smoke tube, in the smoke enclosure, than they did in the vaping enclosures.
Yeah, because what does it matter if we're exhaling a little bit of nicotine, right? She's saying that we can get other people addicted because of all the nicotine in the air.
But she's only referring to vaping and the nicotine in vaping. I mean, it's less than smoking. They also leave out the attractiveness of a hookah pipe and the flavored tobacco that goes with that. I mean, if it was based on only the popularity of it, that it seems cool, and that's why youth are all getting hooked on flavored devices now. I mean, have you been to the coastline of Cape Town? Or I think it's the same all the way up to Durban in the coastal regions. You see people with hookah pipes all over the beach. I mean, people walk around and have their hookah pipes on the side of the street. Everyone's sitting there smoking their hookah pipe. That's attractive. That seems cool. I mean, what about that?
Yeah, what about that, right?
Are you allowed to smoke hookah in public?
I don't know, but they do. They do it on the beaches. I mean, people are everywhere. Where you park and you watch the views in Cape Town, you see people with hookah pipes everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I mean, people in the comments, please tell us where you are in coastal regions. I mean, I'm sure people are eating hookah everywhere. People who vape are also sitting there smoking with the hookah people.
That's a fair point, Deeds, because, you know, what about the flavored e-cigarettes? You know, what about those? Because,
Exactly.
you know, if it's going to be tit for tat, you know what I mean, then we should take those off at least in the same breath.
Let's not be hypocrites.
Yeah, let's not be hypocrites now. You know, this is also appealing to, you know, people, because there's mint also, there's fruity flavors and what she's saying, you know what I mean? I can even remember eating chocolates that look like cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Are there flavored cigarettes now?
Yeah,
I mean, you get these in the filter, you pop a ball. And then you can either choose, you pop one ball, then you have a mint flavor, and you pop a second ball, now you have a berry mint flavor in a cigarette. This has been around for a long time, but I mean, more and more brands are doing. You see it at the counters where you pay.
Yeah, you get in the filter, you get them up to even 3 balls. I've seen. Then you can pick the flavor you want. You can, lime, grape, or menthol and grape, or menthol and lime.
I almost started smoking when I saw that and it came out. It seems cool.
You know, if you want to appeal to a younger generation, and we're talking about flavors here and something that's cool and, you know, in the same breath, just why don't we just ban those also?
And then let's take alcohol after that. I mean, there's nice cookies and cream, and there's mint flavored schnapps, and there's all of this and that. I mean, let's just smash everything that tastes good. Anything and everything. Yeah. Let's be fair.
Let's be fair. Also, food with a lot of fat in that kids eat. Why don't we just ban those also? You know what I mean?
Artificial flavors and all that stuff in sweets and chips and all that stuff.
Yes, 100%.
Ban it all.
Ban all of that stuff, right?
Around standing as passive smokers who probably accidentally, collaterally, inhale that will affect them badly too.
Oh, man. Okay, that's the end of this, guys. We're done. But yeah, where are we? Where are we right now?
This is crazy.
Because it seems like every day it's like something else big, just happening. And I mean, coincidental? Like, is it coincidental or coincidental, or is it like, is this what is going on here? Because it's the same story, right? It's the same story. The poor kids. We're getting the poor kids hooked. It's the same story. Where's all of this coming from? It has to be coming from like one place. You know what I mean? It has to be coming from one place because it's the same story.
I feel the same. I mean, it all seems like the same dialogue, the same speech. It almost sounds like one of those chain letters you get on WhatsApp that was sent from your mom that she got from her friend. And then they decided to base the decision on that group. It doesn't sound really informed. There's some studies, but I mean, they don't do comparisons. They don't say any figures. They don't say the equivalent of the comparison with nicotine. Cigarettes, combustible, tobaccos, hookah pipes, all of that. I mean, this all is attractive. It's not about that. The youth will go for anything that seems cool. So take away the flavors, there will be something else. And this time, it might be something that's illegal. So it might be drugs because it seems cool. Now you got kids hooked on all of that instead of vaping. What about the actual people there who quit cigarettes and started vaping in India? Yeah. What about these people's health? Now everyone's smoking again.
This guy, yeah. This is Rajat, right? He's from India. There is with his wife. You know, he's got his little kid there. Don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
So he posted something, and by chance I actually saw it. He's from India. Sad day for Indian vape community. Finally, vaping is banned in India. Sad day, to say the truth. People are wondering why is hashtag Nirmala banning e-cigs, question mark, question mark. Isn't she finance minister? Question mark, question mark, question mark. She is the right person to ban e-cigs because it is related to finance and about revenue, and our government earns ITC cigarette sales. Our government is least bothered about the health of people who smoke. They want people to smoke. Revenue for government. Buy insurance. Most insurance companies are stakeholders in ITC. Pay hefty medical bills. If people quit smoking, they won't get cancer and die. Solves population problem. Okay? But they won't ban normal cigarettes. Hashtag blood money. Tobacco money is blood money. Okay? And he puts a couple of things here for us to see. But then I saw something else here. Now, I just want everybody to just consider this for a while. I made a post, okay? And I saw something here. I made a post as soon as I got the information. And Aaron posted this, and it kind of like made me aware of how big this is, okay? There's approximately 120 million smokers in India. According to the World Health Organization, India is home to 12% of the world's smokers. All right? More than 10 million die each year due to tobacco in India. According to 2002, WHO estimates 70% of adult males in India smoke. Okay, that's crazy. They've got 3 times more smokers than what we have people living in South Africa. Well, not 3 times, but you know, you get my point. Then I looked at how big, you know, so I had there's a little pie chart here, okay? So there at the bottom, what you can see is the chunk, just to get an idea of the world populations. There you can see China, there you can see India, okay? Right next to China. So China is the biggest when it comes to population, and then right after it is India. Okay, this might not be 100% the case right now, but might differ marginally. But this was, you know, some census that they did in 2017, and something that I found. It just gives you an idea from a, you know, how big it is, how big India is, how many people will not have access to e-cigarettes now in the world. It's crazy. What do you guys think?
I just found I just found an article which addresses what we were talking about earlier. It says that in August 2018, the ministry had already issued an advisory to all states to ensure that ENDS, e-cigarettes, heat-not-burn devices, vaping, e-shisha, e-nicotine flavored hookah, and similar devices that enable nicotine delivery are not sold. So they're stopping everything. And then it says, this report is from the 13th of March. So on that date, it says, following the advisory from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, at least 12 states in India have banned ENDS. So that was in March already. 12 states had already banned it then. So the move today, I think, is just the nationalization of what most provinces had done already. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I you know, it still comes as a shock to me. You know, and I think once everything is done, I think we'll look back at this one here, this one here being one of the biggest ones. You know what I mean? One of the biggest losses, because I mean, just in you know, if we look at how many people wouldn't have access to e-cigs. Yeah. So Richard, yeah, thank you so much for that information. Deets?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is not good for them. I can only think if I was a vapor in India. Apart from that, the repercussions of this it's big. I mean, look at all the people who's, I mean, jobless now. That's the thing. I mean, that can't be a small number. And in India, I don't think it's something that they need is more people unemployed. It doesn't solve anything. So that other post you read was I mean, it sounds kind of right if you think realistic and take all your feelings out of the way. That's kind of a possibility. So it is also kind of solving the problem for them in a way if they keep it the way it was. We all see it as people are going to die and it's health and it's stuff. But if you look at it from probably a country level view, I mean, there's real problems and they're making the wrong choices to solve these problems. I don't think this is going to help the actual people of India. It might help the government level because of trouble that there might be, stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, this is all just my opinion, but it's not good. And the health goes with that. The children goes with it. There's just other stuff kids will find. It's about the age we're in, the time we're in. It's people are connected. People see things. I mean, people want to do things that they want to see. It's just how it is. So it's not kids. It's not the attractiveness thereof. It's just there must be other motives. It's
Financial.
sad. It sucks. It sucks for them. No, everything must be about money, and it's kind of a shame. I mean, it's a big part of I mean, the total count of people. So you've got to think of it this way. If that's the care they have, if you look at it from a sinister point of view, I mean, that's the plan they have, and this is what they do. I'm ashamed in humanity. Actually, you have to be.
Yeah.
I would hope it's not based on that. I mean, this is all opinion. That's why I say. But it would be kind of a sad thing to know that this is all in greed or in money, and that's the only thing that means anything. What about people? What about humans?
Yeah.
So it's a big thing if you look at it from that point. It sucks.
Financial decision. Yeah, that's where I'm sitting as well.
I'm also, of my opinion, it's financially motivated. That's the only thing that gets big entities like this to make decisions. It's financials. You can't just opinionate or put someone in the mindset of making a decision for India. I mean, look at the numbers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Sad day for them, indeed.
Sad day, yeah.
For everyone. I mean, it's not just for them, but especially for them.
Anybody watching our channel from India, just wanted to say that our hearts go out, to you guys, and this decision is awful. And, what can we say? We in South Africa, we're going to go through regulation, I think, next year. So we'll see what happens to us. Our fate will be decided. So, looking at this, it's a harsh reality, and that's why I wanted to make everybody aware that watches this channel. What's happening out there is real. It's affecting people. It's real. It's happening right now. That's why I think it's important to have these discussions at this point in time. So guys, give us your opinion. Sound off below. Give us comments. We really want to understand this thing better. Tell us what you think about it. And what your opinion is and how it will affect us, blah, 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 everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Guys, you want to say goodbye?
Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Comments. Cheers.
Likes, comments, likes. Cheers.
Lots of likes.
Welcome to the thefogvlog.